This video is for all my followers who have the diabetes.
I'm Wilfred Brimley, and I'd like to talk to you for a few minutes about diabetes. Actually, about diabetes and diabetes.
If you don't have diabetes, you could still watch this video. Totally cool with me. I'd love to have you here. But if you do have diabetes, you have to watch this video. Hey everybody, it's Allie. I'm on a fantabulous weight loss quest, and hopefully you'll subscribe, come along for the ride, because I put out a new video every day. So specifically, this one goes out to the diabetes crowd. I've been seeing this trend, and I want to stop it. So that is what has prompted me to make this video. I am seeing this trend where diabetics are being placed on either Ozempic or Mounjaro, right? Semaglutide or tirzepatide. And they are being told from the start, straight out of the gate, that they're going to be titrated up so fast, every 4 weeks. Or they're not being told at the beginning, but that's what their doctor is doing. And here is what I want to put in perspective for you, because unfortunately, there is a lot of misinformation in the diabetic support groups, and it absolutely pains me in my heart. So there is this common thought process in diabetic support groups, with endocrinologists, that you are on Ozempic or Mounjaro to control your diabetes. Therefore, the rest of it is not important. And I can tell you with 1,000,000% certainty that that is not accurate. That if you want to be unhealthy and miserable for the rest of your life, you can absolutely do that on a GLP-1 medication. Now, here is the caveat. If you are a diabetic and you're on Mounjaro or Ozempic and it's just not working for you, that's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people where the medication is effective for them. So if it's not effective for you, or you have not found an effective dose yet, I'm not talking about you. So don't run to my comments and be offended. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about people like myself that got on these medications, that were seeing results, and despite the fact that they were losing weight and their blood sugars were controlled, their doctors were just titrating them up for no reason. It grinds my gears. Here is what I think these doctors are not factoring in. And I'm not a doctor, take this with a grain of salt. This is just my theory. What these doctors are not factoring in is that if your blood sugar is controlled, which is different from lowering it, which is different from lowering your A1C. If it is controlled, you have appetite suppression, you are losing weight consistently on the dose that you're on, you should not be going up in dose. And I know that that's going to upset a lot of diabetics when I say that, because the goal is, we got to drive the A1C down. We got to get that blood sugar way down. We got to, I'm a diabetic. I only care about my A1C. If you only care about an A1C, which is a average of your blood sugar levels, if that number is the only thing you care about, You are cutting your own legs out from underneath you. And I don't mean that as a diabetic jab. I mean quite literally. You are removing an opportunity to be able to change your life. Because if you lose weight and you're diabetic and you're on a GLP-1, you are going to set yourself up for success long term. For some reason, and I do not understand, maybe somebody can explain it to me in the comments. I do not understand this obsession with A1C. If you are tracking your A1C and it's not going up, and you are on a GLP-1 and your weight is going down, guess what's going to happen? Just take a wild guess. No, really, I'll wait. Go ahead and guess. I'm going to ruin it for you. Spoilers, it's going to go down. The less insulin resistant you become as you lose weight, the better your body is going to function, even if you got the dreaded diabetes. So why do we have an entire community of people? I see this in the diabetic support groups all the time, and it just irks me. Why do we have an entire group of people that's like, we don't want to talk about weight loss? That's not why we're on this medication. We want to be completely separate from those awful weight loss people. Why? Who told you that you can't be one of those people? Again, not talking to the people where the medication is not working, right? Where it's not as effective, where you're not losing weight. Don't misunderstand me. If I followed that mindset of, oh, you just take Mounjaro to control your blood sugar, continue to eat whatever you want, and don't worry about losing weight. You might lose weight, you might not, but that's not the reason why you're on the med. If I had taken that to heart, I would not have lost 112 pounds. I would not have a normal A1C and be off of all of my other medications. Metformin, blood pressure medication. If I had allowed myself to be influenced by those diabetic support people who said, you're focusing on the wrong thing. You don't have to do anything. You don't need to exercise. You don't need to lose weight. We're treating our diabetes. No, you're not. I mean, yes, you are in a holding pattern. Yes, you are. Which would be no different than taking any other medication. And I'm not saying this to be harsh. I'm not saying it to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm saying that you have to look at the bigger picture. If you can become healthier overall, what do you think is going to happen to diabetes? How do you think it is that people get their type 2 diabetes into remission? Do you think they did that by just resigning themselves to taking a medication for the rest of their life? Or did they find something that works for them? Again, there is a group of people where this is not going to be the case, right? So I'm telling you, do not come in the comments for me. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people who post in support groups and say, you know, I've lost 20 pounds, but, you know, my doctor wants to move me up, and now I'm having all these side effects. Why? Why is your doctor moving you up? If they're not listening to you and you're losing weight, why are you going up? Why do you continue to see that doctor? This is the part that I do not understand. You have to advocate for yourself. GLP-1 medications are a tool. you can use that tool any way that you want. If you want to use it and abuse it, you can do that. If you want to use it and stay stagnant and continue to do the same old thing that you've always done that didn't make any difference, you can do that. You can also use it to change your life. So I encourage you, if you're a diabetic, look at the bigger picture. What else can you be doing? Could you meet with a dietitian and work on your diet and nutrition? Could you work with a therapist and work on some of the challenges that you have around food? Can you work with your doctor to find a medication that works for you? Or be on the lookout for the next latest and greatest GLP-1 medication, because there's more. If you're already on one and it's not doing what you need it to do, there's more. They're coming. Whatever the case may be, I encourage you to be thinking about what you could do better. Things that you have control over. Advocate for yourself. And don't just let your doctor titrate you up without just cause, because it may affect your long-term success. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe. I'd love to have you along for the ride. If you're looking for a positive-only support group, I've got you covered. Link is in the description box below. And as always, be kind, rewind.